Today's how to build is on Minecraft Villagers. Don't forget to check out all my other Minecraft how to build videos. Let's start with the tiniest scale of villager. So there are 5 different varieties of Minecraft Villager. So basically for any of these, for the smallest size, you're going to want to use a 1x1 tile and plate and tan for the head. And then the body is going to depend on what type. For the farmer, I'm just using 2 brown plates here. For the blacksmith, it's a black plate and a brown plate. For the butcher, it's a white plate and a brown plate. For the librarian, it's 2 white plates. And then for the priest, unfortunately there's not purple 1x1 square plates, so I'm using round plates here, so it looks a little different. You could also go to a different color. Blue is probably the closest you're going to get. That would be square. Now let's move on to the Micromob scale. So this is the official Minecraft Villager that comes in the LEGO Minecraft Village set. I like the face printing here. These tiles are cool. They did the head a good proportion to the body. I don't know why they put a dark tan plate for the feet though. Doesn't really seem to fit with the color scheme. If you're going to stay with that design, I'd suggest at least changing that to a dark gray to be more accurate. However, I do think there's a better way to do this Minecraft Villager. So if you have one of these, this is a bucket handle. So it's normally like on the top of a bucket, but it works really good as Minecraft Villager arms. And at this scale, basically to get to that, I'm using a 1x1 headlight brick in brown and a 1x1 plate with a clip on the top. Clip that in there and then stick the same villager head of 2 tan plates and a tile on top. And then it's got the little folded arms in front, which I thought was a nice touch. The design for the butcher and the blacksmith is going to be pretty much the same aside from the color scheme here. So I'm going to use a brown 1x1 plate on the bottom to represent the brown part of the cloak at the bottom. Then this is going to be a 1x1 plate with a clip on the side in either white or black. And then a 1x1 plate in white or black above that. I only had one of these bucket handles that I could find in brown. You'll notice that these guys have brown arms even though they've got like a white and black apron on the front and then the same villager head on top. So that's what you can do for the blacksmith and the butcher. So the librarian, unfortunately there are no bucket handles in white, but this light gray works pretty well. So this is just white plate with clip, white plate. And for the priest, unfortunately, there was nothing even remotely close for the arms, so I just had it be arm-free. So this is just a single purple 1x1 brick with the head on top. Now let's move on to minifig scale villagers. These are the pieces you'll need for the minifig scale villager. So start out with some 1x2 plates, one in dark gray and one in brown. Put those together. Then on top of that, if you've got one of these 1x2 bricks that are sort of curvy, sort of pillow-shaped, I like to think of them, that has a nice little indent that looks like the front of the robe on the villager. Then we're going to take an all-brown torso and put it on backwards, and then flip the arms back behind themselves. Then take one of these 3 long rods, so that's different than the 4 long rod, which is more common. And then take a 1x1 cylinder brick in brown, stick it on, and then put this in the hands. And I thought that did a really good approximation of the sort of folded arms of the farmer villager. Then for the face, it should just be a flesh-colored face that's got sort of a blank expression. I thought that one looked good, and that's sort of the villager. Now, for the variants here, so this is for the blacksmith. You know, starting again on the bottom with dark gray plate, then I did 2 brown plates, then 2 black plates, and then the only difference here is that the torso is black, whereas the arms and hands are still brown. And again, it's just a blank expression face, so I think this one is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think this is just a generic soldier from the Indiana Jones sets. So the butcher is going to be the same construction. 1x2 in dark gray, then 2 in brown, and then 2 in white. Then a plain white torso, brown arms, brown hands. So one thing I wanted to point out about the rods I used, this one is actually a piece of tubing. I think this is what is in one of the Ninja Turtle sets for like Michelangelo's nunchuck things. And then this one is actually dark brown. You can't really tell when it's actually being held in the hand since it covers up so much. So if you don't have these in pure brown, you can also use dark brown and pretty much get away with it. So for the librarian, again, dark gray, brown, 1x2 plates. This one I had the white curvy brick so I could use, blank white torso, white arms and hands. I couldn't find a white 3-long rod, but this Magician's Wand, which is white and black, has white on the ends, so most of it is white, especially when you cover up the middle with the cylinder. And then again, blank head. And then for the priest, I couldn't find a curvy brick in purple or a blank torso, but since I'm turning it around backwards, you can't see. I think this is the old Dumbledore torso. 1x2 brick. I couldn't find purple hands, so I'm using blue here. And then this is transparent purple for the 1x3 rod, and I used a cone instead of a cylinder because that was all I had. The priest is going to always be the hardest color to work in because purple is pretty rare, so make good use of blue and transparent purples where you can to sort of make do. A couple other head options I wanted to point out. You could also do the villagers with yellow heads, if that's sort of the look you're going for with your Minecraft stuff. I thought this Timmy head from the Time Cruiser series was a pretty good approximation of the villager. He's one of the few minifigures that has a nose, and he's got big eyebrows like they do. The other head that I thought looked appropriate is the Patrick head from SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know why, but he just sort of looks like a villager. Maybe it's the big goofy eyes. Finally, let's build the triple scale villagers. These are the pieces you'll need for the body of the triple scale villager. Start again with a 1x2 plate in dark gray. Then we're going to use a brown jumper plate on top of that. Connect that into the center of a 2x2 brown round plate. Brown round. On top of that, we're going to take 2 of these 1x2 bricks that are curvy and put them like so. So we again have that fold that's in the center of their robe. Now I'm going to do something that's not going to make a lot of sense right away, but it will later. I'm going to stack 2 1x2 plates on top of each other. Put that in the back, and then do the same thing in the front. Then on top of all this, we're going to take 4 headlight bricks, in brown of course. Put them facing out, and then put a jumper plate on each side. These are the pieces you'll need for the arms. For the arms, we're going to take 1x2 tile, a 1x2 plate, offset them a little bit, a 1x1 plate here, 1x1 tile right there, build another one of those. Like so. And then take 2 1x1 bricks and connect them with a Technic half pin. Color doesn't really matter there. Light gray is pretty common though. And then we're going to build this onto the body, so we're going to connect one side with an arm and the centerpiece, and then put the other side on to make it all connect. And then the arms can move up and down a little bit. I usually position them about here. These are the pieces you'll need for the head. So I'm going to use one of these hinge plates. So it's 2 1x2s connected by a hinge. Get 2 of those in tan and put them together. Makes a great little nose on the front. An alternative is if you have one of these pieces in tan, you could use that as the 1x2 in the front bottom of this, and then just build the rest out of regular tan plates. But anyway, using these 2, then I'm going to put 2 1x1 round plates in white there, then a black 1x2 plate, and a tan 1x2 plate. Behind all that, do a 1x2 brick in tan, and then top it off with a 2x2 plate in tan and a 2x2 tile in tan. Now all this goes on top of the body, and we've got ourselves a nice little farmer villager for Minecraft. To convert this farmer into a blacksmith or a butcher, first take the arms off, and the head off, and take the jumper plates off the side while you're at it. Now we're going to take apart the front here, so we're going to take off these headlight pieces with the 1x2 plates here, and we're going to switch these 1x2 bricks around so that we basically move them to the side and removed one. So we're leaving this sort of husk back there. And then we're going to take this piece here. So this is 2 black headlight bricks, a 1x2 plate in black, and a 1x2 brick in black with a 1x2 brown plate on the bottom. Stick it in the front. Alternatively, we could build that in white to do a butcher. So again, 2 headlight bricks, 1x2 plate, 1x2 brick, and a brown 1x2 plate on the bottom. That's sort of the front piece. Then we're going to reattach the jumper plates. Reattach the brown arms because both butcher and blacksmith have brown arms. And reattach the head because they all have heads. So you can see nice black apron in the front for the blacksmith. And this is what it looks like if you put the white piece in, make it into a butcher. The librarian's going to be exactly the same construction as the farmer, except everything from this 2x2 round plate up is going to be white instead of brown, including the arms. So just watch the farmer part again and substitute in white. Obviously we want to give him a head. The way I built the priest is a little bit different than the others, so I'm going to actually show you that one. So start with a dark gray jumper plate, and then a brown 2x2 plate. This was because I didn't have anything 2x2 in purple. Then in purple, I've got some 1x2 bricks. You could fill this up with whatever purple bricks you've got. Then some more 1x2 bricks. And then for headlight bricks, I didn't have any in purple, so I'm using blue and then black. They'll be pretty much covered up by the arms, but again, with purple, you've got to make some compromises. And for jumper plates, I had 1 in blue and 1 in purple. So a little mishmashy, but the arms will cover a lot of that up. Now the center part of the arms was easy for me to make. I had 2 1x1 bricks in purple with a blue Technic half pin, so that's great. But then for the 1x3 plates, I could not find that in purple. So here I've got a 1x2 plate plus a 1x1 round plate. So I've got this 1x1 tile that's not the same color shade of purple. And this 1x2 is actually a great piece. So it doesn't look really nice as the arms. Another option, these 1x3 curvy slopes, if you just put a round plate in it, that works pretty well. It's a little bushier as the arms, but I think it looks nicer than that sort of miscolored, stripy mess here. Another similar option would be to take just a regular 1x3 downward slope right there, but I like the curvy slope because then there's no noticeable thing. So based on how you put the arms, you can kind of block out some of that blue. The black is only really noticeable from behind now. And then the last step is, of course, to put the same sort of head on top as all the other villagers. So the last thing I'm going to show you is how to make a zombie villager. So I'm going to build this head in green rather than sand green because this piece, the 1x2 with the hinge piece on the end, I only have in regular green. So use that 1x2 plate, connect them with a 2x2 plate, put some white 1x1 round plates on top of that, do a 1x2 plate in green behind that, 1x2 plate in black. Ran out of 1x2s in green, so using 2 1x1s here. Cover that up with a 2x2 plate and a 2x2 tile, and that's the head. So then we're going to take the zombie that we built a couple weeks ago, pull off the head, put our new zombie villager head on it. The arms don't look quite the right color because, he's in green and they're in sand green. So you're going to pull those off. Leave that light blue thing here. So this again is a green 1x2 tile, 1x2 plate, a 1x1 plate. Stick that on there. On the other side, I didn't have another 1x2 tiles, so this is a 1x3 plate and 3 1x1 tiles, so we're actually going to pull off this medium blue piece here and have it be a pure green arm. So that's how you could build a zombie villager. The other scales for zombie villagers, you're not really going to be able to tell the difference between a zombie and a zombie villager. So I hope you enjoyed this how to build video about Minecraft villagers. Leave comments about what you'd like to see me build next. I know that the Ender Dragon is highly requested, but anything you want to see me build, Minecraft or otherwise, just leave a comment.
Hello, I would like to trade with you. Okay, let's trade. Yay!
Connect that into the center of a 2x2 brown round plate. Brown plate.